Not very waspish there. No.
Yeah, a bit
ill.
He's a bit poorly still.
He is a little bit poorly.
I must say, you spent most of the first half of the programme in bed, though. That must have been a tough role. It's like playing a dead body on stage.
I know, having my brow gently mopped by Billy Piper and Camille Cuderi.
Not a bad thing on Christmas Day.
It's tough. Yeah.
But that's all part of the regeneration thing, isn't it?
It is,
Just
yeah.
not to give too much of the plot away for the first episode, but it's still, you know,
Well,
you're a bit poorly.
he's renewed every cell in his body. That's going to take a bit out of you.
It is, isn't it?
So there's a bit of recovering to be done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us what other stuff you've been doing, because there's loads of stuff other than Doctor Who. In fact, Dermot,
I went to see the Harry Potter. It takes me a while to get around to these news films the other day. And there you were, also changing faces.
Got a little bit of that. Yes, there's a similar moment, actually. Yes, Harry Potter 4, I'm in that. And I recently did a thing for ITV, which has just been on, to The Secret Smile.
Where you really were quite spooky.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you about that, actually.
Nasty.
Peter Brough has emailed us about that. He says you play that role in a psychotic villain last week. This will certainly colour my image of him as Doctor Who, and it will take a few episodes before I stop thinking of him as a villain. Do actors find this a problem, getting labelled with a character, particularly a villainous one? Do you ever feel you've been
I don't think actors find it a problem, but audiences might. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can banish those thoughts from Peter's head on Christmas Day. But I think that, you know, as an actor, you want to do a variety of different things. You want to do as big a variety as possible. And it's great for me to have been able to do something quite dark and quite grown up, I suppose, and then to be now going into Doctor Who, which is a family show and is very kind of, it has a very different feel to it. From an acting point of view, that's what, you know, that's what we want to do, as big a variety of things as possible, I suppose.
And how much input do you actually have with Russell? You know, we were talking about creating the character in terms of the scripts and how you want to play
it's funny,
it.
Russell was saying this the other day, because I think everyone thinks we must sit in rooms for weeks and discuss every little nuance of how we take this forward. It's kind of much more straightforward than that. Russell writes it and sends me the script and I kind of go, oh, that's good, thanks, Russ. And you just kind of do it. Because, I mean, he's such an extraordinary writer that you just, when you get a script from him, you just kind of devour it and get stuck into it. And he gives you so many brilliant lines and different ways you can take it that you just kind of roll with it. And I think that's how we've been doing it, really. We're kind of responding to what each other is giving each other. And if so there's no... We didn't want to kind of sit down and go, let's make it self-consciously quirky, let's make this Doctor different by giving him pink hair or a parrot on his shoulder, because then you just get into gimmickry, really. And I think it's got to be, for all that it's fantastic and extraordinary, it's still got to be truthful, it's still got to be believable. So.
And the new series, I mean, after the Christmas Day one, the Cybermen are back, aren't they?
The Cybermen are back.
I think they're worse than the Daleks. You know,
of course they are.
They're much nastier.
Yeah.
Well, you're great as Doctor Who.
Thanks very much.
As Brucey would say, you're my favourite.
God bless you.
It's very, very good. Now...
Weather.